Dead meat. I'm so ready for that dead meat. Dead meat. I'm so ready for that dead meat. Hold on, chat. Where that motherfucker go? They don't want no beef with me. Tell them go get the fries. Even when they close the DMV. Try to be open wide. That thing, if I go cut turkey on these perks, like even try it. Alright, chat. Let's go. Let's go dead meat on these niggas.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and show you how they were made. I'm James H. Aziz, and today we're looking at Final Destination Bloodlines.
I'm at yo. Hey, look, Bloodlines. I ain't see this shit. Matter of fact, I've never seen a Final Destination movie. Should I add that on my list of things to do, bro? It's a lot of movies I gotta see. So should I add Final Destination onto that? I'm mad scared though. Like I'm mad scared because like, what if I'm just walking up the stairs and I just think I'm about to die? Like that's mad scary, bro.
This is the sixth Final Destination movie and the first new one in over a decade. The original 5 came out with striking regularity between 2000 and 2011. They were hits, both at the box office and in terms of cultural impact. And in the 14-year gap since the last movie was released, the series has only cemented its reputation in pop culture. I mean,
that's the thing though. I did watch summary videos of like all the hidden shit that niggas missed. It was like so much shit that niggas missed, bro. So I could borderline say like, I watch these movies. I could borderline say that.
Team a fucking bird. You don't drive behind a log truck because you don't want to get Final Destination. Bloodlines maintains the continuity of the first 5 films, so it's not a reboot. But in some ways, it does feel like a requel, or legacy sequel. Mostly because of how self-aware it is. This movie knows the effect that Final Destination has on people and leans into it in a playful and devilish way. It's constantly teasing you and making you feel uneasy at every little thing, just like a good Final Destination should.
Fuck?
Excuse me. Sorry, it does that sometimes.
But Bloodlines also improves upon its predecessors.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared of elevators, bro.
What makes them great. Obviously, the kills have always been a fun part of the series. Even the worst of them had memorable death sequences. Bloodlines is no exception. This time, though, we follow...
My thing is, bro,
even the worst...
How little of an ass do you have to have for a pool to suck you all the way down? Like, you telling me your booty's so, like, little, it could fit in that whole of shit, bro. And mind you, that shit's small, so you gotta have a little ass booty. He got a little ass booty. Why didn't he got a little ass booty?
Them had memorable death sequences. Bloodlines is no exception. This time, though, we follow characters we actually care about, as opposed to a cavalcade of douchebags. Death's targets in Bloodlines are, as the name would suggest, members of a single family. That already makes for a deeper connection between them than high school friends, co-workers, high school friends, college friends, or random strangers who were driving on a highway together. Additionally, the characters are written way more sympathetically and portrayed by an excellent cast. While their behavior is sometimes heightened, I mean, this is a movie after all, they don't feel like cartoonish caricatures. They're real people with real relationships and way more shades of nuance. That makes the humor land better, in my opinion, and gives the film a bittersweet poignancy. You still laugh at the crazy kills going on, but at the same time, you feel bad for the people being killed. I kinda like that. It's like the best of both worlds, especially because it doesn't go easy on the kills, which are as gory and Rube Goldbergy as ever. The editors have fun with them too, timing everything to the beat of needle drops that bring an epicness and sense of humor to the proceedings. All in all, this is pretty easily my favorite of the franchise. It's hilarious, sweet, violent, well-paced, and has the best send-off a horror legend could ever ask for. When death runs in the family...
Hold on, bro. Like, yo, I'm scared of Final Destination, bro. I'm mad scared,
where I've been. But don't worry your pretty little head about it. You're not going to find me. Now listen, I have... Yeah, your address is... How could you possibly know that? I'm even calling you with a block number. Yeah, your number is...
Fuck, child, we're getting hit with an ad.
Finding all of this out.
We're getting hit with a mean ass ad right now, child.
Google anyone or anything and find out all sorts of personal information like this. Let's find out and get to the kills.
Yeah, that's my best skip. Yeah, word of bro, that's my best skip so far.
Tracks. Wonder if those will come into play later. A vintage car drives over them, because this is 1969. Or 69. Nice. Young lovers Iris and Paul are headed to a date, while the soundtrack rips off an American Werewolf in London.
Shit, he finna tear that little shit
up.
A
new song in cash, since Johnny's bass baritone starts singing about an ominous ring of fire. Paul is surprising Iris with the grand opening of the Skyview, a fancy restaurant and nightclub that's nearly 500 feet in the air. They head up in the elevator to this monument to aristocratic
Would y'all eat in that chat? I'm not eating that,
5 months ahead of schedule.
I would never eat in
It's
that.
a Final Destination movie, so you tell me. This place is full of fancy patrons, a snooty maitre d', a cheerful elevator operator, and an enthusiastic singer named Evie. She's got her young son with her, and the poor kid is bored as hell. But he's much better behaved than Alfred Milano, a grade A disgusting little shit boy, as our friends at We Hate Movies would say.
Oh,
you know
shit.
what we mean by that, a disgusting little shit boy. I mean, he's usually messy, he's up to no good. I don't think I need to elaborate. He's a disgusting little shit. Come on,
shit.
Alfred may be the most disgusting and little shittiest. Stealing coins from a fountain, stomping on the glass elevator floor. I mean, the kid's a bad seed. Paul ain't posh enough to snag a table, according to the judgmental maitre d', but Iris sneaks him in anyway so they can take in the view. The terrifying, very high view.
Nah,
This
that's
opening scene
crazy.
is so effective at making every little thing feel like a prelude to disaster. Corks popping, heels clacking, glass squeaking. It's a total nightmare and feeds into what the series is known for.
Final Destination really
I ain't
brings
gonna
to
lie.
life. And
If I ever ate in there, I'm in there, then I'm out of there. Like, I'm not sitting in there. I'm not going in there. We not having no fun in there. Damn, this view crazy as fuck. Hold on, let me check the weather app. Damn, bro, we gotta leave, bro. The weather app going crazy. We gotta leave, bro. I'm on all that, gang. I'm cute as fuck. I'm never glass floors. The fuck do I look like? Tom Holland or whatever the fuck that nigga's name is who be doing his own stunts?
anxieties that everyone experiences.
The sixth Final Destination began development back in 2016, but faced continual delays thanks to studio leadership changes, the COVID pandemic, and the SAG strike. Persevering through all of that was Craig Perry, who's been producing these movies since the very first one 25 years ago.
I first read the 3-page outline in 1997, if that gives you even more context.
This guy is awesome to talk to about these
1977?
films. He freaking loves
Yo,
them.
this nigga is plugged in, bro. He literally get a conversation with anybody and everybody he wants to. How do I get like that, chat? Like, y'all think like there's a way, like, of course I gotta have like some more emotion, but we working on that right now, too. We working on getting emotion. But like, y'all think once we get that shit, like y'all think these niggas gonna want to talk to me? Like, I know my PR a little bit shitty, just a little bit, but y'all think they don't want to talk to me or not?
He took all the extra time to
I
really
ain't gonna
study
fuck it
what
up.
makes them
I
great,
promise.
saying the kills and disasters need to be accessible, identifiable, and imbued
Oh,
with a
shit.
sense of a malevolent threat. Perry and the other producers heard from over 200 filmmakers who wanted to lead the project, but went with the duo of Zach Lipovsky and Adam Stein, who had met in 2007 on a, wait, what? Steven Spielberg reality competition? What the fuck is on the lot? Lipovsky
Yeah, I
and
never heard
Stein
of that
were huge
before.
fans of the franchise and won the producers over in a Zoom meeting. In it, they secretly swapped out their call with a pre-recorded video where their room caught on fire and Stein got decapitated by a ceiling fan. It showed the producers they understood the tone of the series. As the Skyview band plays Fallen by the late Connie Francis, Iris starts to feel like she's walking on a tightrope swinging in the breeze. She tries to keep her balance, but she just weakens in the knees. She ducks around a corner to throw up, which as we all know is movie shorthand for she pregnant. Evie knows it too, but apparently Paul doesn't. But the singer tells Iris that as long as they love each other, they can work it out. They can
She
work
got
it
that
out.
big
After
ass
all,
dick.
life is very short, and there's no time for fussing and fighting.
No
my friend.
time,
Iris and
let's
Paul
not
step
fuss
out
it.
onto the balcony
I don't
with that
wanna
disgusting little
fight.
shit boys trying to throw pennies off the roof.
Oh, I'm so sorry, of course. Yeah.
Niggas.
Badass.
Paul
The
proposes
dick?
to Iris, and she responds by telling him about the pregnancy. He likes it, so he puts a ring on it. A little bit snug, though. Wonder if that'll come into play later. As the newly engaged couple leaves, the little ship boy takes that penny and gives it a chuck. All that day, they'll be pretty fucked, since it winds up lodged in a fan blade. Iris and Paul celebrate their engagement on the
shit.
dance floor. Tonight, you're the star, girl. The band plays Shout, which is the best song to dance to at a wedding, and one of the best Fortnite dances, too. Seriously, it's fantastic. This high-energy performance
Oh, yeah, we
is
getting on
stressful as
Fortnite to
hell,
this,
as
Shaq.
dominoes of inevitable destruction are lined up. They dancing so hard they popping rivets. And damn, none of y'all notice that giant crack in the glass floor? The
Yeah,
penny
nah,
comes
these
out of the bench
niggas-
and knocks open a gas pipe as the music and merriment reach a crescendo. And then it happens. Oh shit, those people are fucked. They're gonna fall so far, dude. And they're hitting beams on the way down too. God damn. The last to fall is Paul, Iris's boyfriend, or hey wait, fiance, or I guess ex now. Everyone falls to the ground near valets, listening to raindrops keep falling on my head. It's horrible and hilarious all at the same time, underlining how the depth
Yo,
of
these
Final
niggas not
Destination has a
tea.
pitch black sense of humor. I can just imagine him making a playlist on Spotify and including those
They not
earlier
tea,
songs, like
bruh.
Ring of Fire. That one gets real relevant real fast as shit goes bananas fine. imposter inside the restaurant. Evie gets burned alive right in front of her kid. Jesus Christ, dude. Another woman is lit ablaze too in what may have set the record for the oldest ever burn stunt. Hell yeah, lady, look at her go. She is sprinting on fire. 71-year-old Yvette Ferguson rehearsed this 8 or 9 times before they ever got on set. She comes from a family of stunt performers and came out of retirement just to do this.
She said, "Everyone else in my family's been on fire except for me. This is so
This
exciting.
shit crazy,
I never
bruh.
thought I'd get the chance."
These movies be
remaining
having so
Skyview
much
survivors
lore.
are trampling each other, trying to find a way out of here. Little shit boy pushes his way past and makes it down the stairs, unlike a bunch of people who fall out as a whole wall crumbles and collapses. The only option left is the Tower of Terror elevator, which quickly turns into a claustrophobic catastrophe. The maitre d' shoves Iris out of the way to get inside, but is rewarded by getting torn to fucking half when the cables break. Oh my god, that is a thing of absolute beauty right there. The floor starts to
What the
split apart,
fuck?
sending people to slam against
Yo,
the windows like bugs on a windshield.
What the actual fuck?
Out of the way to get inside, but is
This nigga stiff armed her and got his shit plowed.
rewarded by getting torn to fucking half. When
Ew.
The cables... Oh my god, that is a thing of absolute beauty right there.
Ew,
The floor starts
that's
to split apart,
nasty.
sending people to slam against the windows like bugs on a windshield. Iris manages to escape and tries to help one lady to safety, but that pesky Penny provides just enough weight to knock over a piano that plays her off. Damn, dude, that one felt kind of sad. Still, this whole sequence
Yo,
is
that
a
little boy
series
a
of
bitch.
applause-worthy moments. No wonder this movie blew up at the box office. This is a riot to watch with a crowd. I mean, where else are you gonna have audiences applauding this? People openly cheered at a child's death, man. That's something special. The opening
What?
disaster was originally going to take place on a riverboat, but the filmmakers realized there was no topping the ultimate on-screen boatastrophe.
We were just like, there's no way to like out Titanic in this situation.
They changed the setting from the water to the sky and spent over a year figuring out every detail. It
Yo,
was the
these
first
niggas
thing
is
filmed,
nice.
a beautiful 100-foot set designed by Rachel Toole. They joked that the set...
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen Titanic. Yo, it's a lot of movies I gotta watch, bro. It's a lot. I think like once I think I'm gonna make a list of them hoes, and then like maybe we could like watch some on stream. But I don't know if like a lot of them is stream appropriate.
cost more than the entire first Final Destination film. This main set was surrounded by a custom volume wall with LEDs that could show the skyline at any angle they wanted. They also had a set that could tilt for people to slide down, and another that could be lifted into the air for shots from beneath the dance floor.
Oh, that's
the Skyview Tower
swag.
itself was inspired by Seattle Space Needle and Toronto CN Tower. The base of it is played by the Museum of Vancouver, which is where they shot this movie, just like most of the earlier films.
That's
The massive
swag.
sequence involved 140 extras and took half the film's entire shoot to capture. While there is a bit of a CG feel to some of it, they shot a ton of it practically. There are a lot of stunt performers performing a lot of wire stunts.
Don't think we've ever dropped 20 people all in one shot at one time.
Some of the
That
deaths had
shit
practical
crazy.
baselines too, even if they added CG layers on top. The Mater D's death used a really sick-looking life-size prosthetic.
They put it next to me and it freaked me out.
And when it came time to wipe away the little shit boy, they actually dropped a real piano 80 feet and comped it in for the effect. This place is really falling apart now, and Iris is one of
They
only
dropped the
two people
piano.
left. The other, a kid in a box, Evie's son, who Iris rushes over to help. But not much she can do when the whole thing starts to come down. Her ring saves her for like a second, but then she gets 1/5 of a Gerald's game. She and the little boy plummet to their deaths, with Iris hitting a spire. Whoa! Whoa! That's not Iris, that's someone else. We've never whoa out of an Iris into somebody else. Not in five-
Yo, my nigga, what am I watching? Yo, we're only 12 minutes in. You're telling me niggas watch this shit for enjoyment? Yo, I feel like anybody that watches like horror movies is sick, bro.
freaking movies.
I
We
hate
always
horror
roll
movies.
Right
I
back
hate
to the
them.
premonition hammer, right before the premonition started. It's a great change in the format that made me yell when I first saw it, since now we're in the present almost 60 years later. Stephanie is a college student who is nowhere to be seen in the Skyview premonition, but she's been seeing it in her dreams every night for the past few months. Her poor roommate. She's come to realize that Iris must be her maternal grandmother.
She's
who
gotta
never
go
met.
home before she go to
decides
sleep.
go back home to try to figure out what it could mean. Careful now, Steph. Don't get pulled over for driving under a premonition. Her dad, Marty, doesn't want to talk about her grandma Iris, and her mom, Darlene, left the family when Stephanie was 10. So she decides to try the extended fam and heads over to her cousin's house with her little bro, Charlie. He's moody towards her because she never visits, but she thaws the tension by opening up about her situation.
Uh-oh.
I'm on academic
He
probation.
finna get her shit cooked.
This one scene does so much to make you quickly care about these siblings. As a little brother myself, I can say this is perfect little brother acting courtesy of Teo Briones, who was also phenomenal as Junior in the first season of the
I don't know who this nigga is, but he look a little
The
zesty.
extended family, headed by
I
their
think he's
mom's
zesty
brother
chap.
Uncle Howard and his wife Aunt Brenda. Their 3 kids are the cousins, who are playing Mortal Kombat 1, hell yeah! Oh, a katana main. Yeah, I can respect that. Eric, the oldest, is a sarcastic tattoo artist. Julia, the middle child, was Stephanie's childhood best friend. She's cold to Steph now, since she stopped coming around after she left for college.
Ooh.
Julia has been filling in as Charlie's big sister, and clearly judges Stephanie for her absence.
Junior lifeguards, Charlie. I didn't know you were doing junior lifeguards.
Okay, so what are you gonna wear?
The youngest sibling is Bobby.
Oh,
who,
no.
like Jonathan the zombie, likes turtles.
I like turtles.
Despite her dad warning her not to, Stephanie asks Uncle Howard about his mom. He tells her that Grandma Iris lost her mind after her husband died, becoming obsessed with death to the point that she refused to let her kids leave the house. Things got so bad the state had to intervene and took Howard and Darlene away. Iris wouldn't give up though, and kept sending them letters with obituaries and pictures of horrific accidents. They
What the
eventually had to
fuck?
move so she couldn't contact them anymore. All in all, he's not a big fan.
That woman is a sick and dangerous person.
But that sign doesn't stop Stephanie because she can read. She finds a box with all the letters Iris sent. She follows the return address to a place way the fuck out in the middle of nowhere. It's reminiscent of Kimberly visiting Clear at the asylum in Final Destination 2.
The thing for me in these movies is that the main characters just do anything. Why are you going out to West Bumblefuck to chase something that you've been directly told not to chase? Just die when you die, gang. Like, niggas be doing the most. I'm not gonna lie.
In fact, when she gets there, Stephanie has to empty her pockets, just like Kimberly had to do. That's because her cautious Grandma Iris is turtling inside this fortress.
I'm not dangerous.
It's not you I'm afraid of.
Lady, your cabin's surrounded by spikes and stagnant water. Malaria all up in this bitch. Not to mention the tetanus. And shit, those literally look like video game barrels that I would shoot to blow up.
Actually, video game barrels are red when they explode.
This isn't a video game, Killcon. That's your series. And it's back.
Yeah, it is.
Iris tells
beat,
Steph to come inside, but to be careful. So yeah, maybe don't slam the door so hard you knock down a fire extinguisher. Death loves shit like that. Stephanie tells
shit.
Iris about the dream she's been having.
It wasn't just your
Chat, y'all getting y'all some Irisy?
It was my premonition.
I'm
We
getting some
reverse
Irisy.
row into a secret retina restaurant to see what happened after Iris had her premonition. She recognized the warning signs and ran back inside and got everyone to stop fucking stomping all over that glass floor. I love how capable Iris is here. It makes you really grateful that she's the one who had the premonition.
I saved a lot of lives that night.
She sure did, which is why we didn't count any of the crazy deaths in the beginning. They never actually happened in real life. But that doesn't mean those people won't end up on the kill count.
Death doesn't like
shit.
it when you fuck with his plans.
Over the years, everyone who was there that day has died in freak accidents. We'll get to them later. And now Death is caught up to Iris, because she has cancer. Wait, how'd she get that diagnosis? She said she hasn't left the house in 20 years. Can cancer medicine be Instacarted? Iris gives Stephanie the Final Destination protagonist prime directive.
When the universe speaks, you pay attention.
Yeah, whether it comes in the form of torn bits of paper, blurry photographs, or shitty PS2 looking 3D visions. Don't ignore them. Iris certainly doesn't.
I see you, you fuck.
That's a call back to the first movie, when a bunker down Alex called out Death the same way.
You tried to capitalize, but I caught you. You fuck.
Iris warns Steph that she and the rest of the family were never supposed to exist in the
I know
first
Iris
place.
got that
So
tight
once Death is
Iris.
through with Iris, it'll come looking for the rest of them. Older Iris is played by Gabrielle Rose, who had small roles in The Stepfather and Jennifer's Body. She does a great job embodying
Jennifer
Iris's
Body, my baby,
all-consuming paranoia
holy
and dread,
moly.
as well as the
What are you saying
expertise
holy
she's
moly
developed
to?
over the years
You talking about the
dodging death. She's
Irisy?
prepared a Death for Dummies notebook that details how to spot death before he can strike. But
I want
the
some of that
Unabomber-looking
Irisy.
manifesto freaks Steph out and makes her think the rest of her family was right. Grandma Iris cray. She leaves and Iris makes the choice to step outside for the first time in decades, or since her last trip to Rite Aid, just so she can give the book to Steph. Then, to really drive the point home, she steps back and lets death do its thing.
Holy
I
shit!
mean, seeing is believing, and Steph just saw a weather vane impale her grandma through the back of the head. It gives us our first kill to count, and gives Steph a lifetime of trauma. Man, that was gnarly. Iris has a funeral with an overhead coffin shot that's reminiscent of the Ashes funeral from...
What the fuck? Yo, what? Yo! Hold on, bro. I was talking about getting some of that Irisy. Iris got cooked.
God damn! I mean, seeing is believing, and Steph just saw a weather vane impale her grandma through the back of the head. It gives us our first killed account. It gives Steph a lifetime of trauma. Man, that was gnarly. Iris has a funeral with an overhead coffin shot that's reminiscent of the Ashes funeral from
This
Part
shit
3.
crazy.
As the service concludes, an RV pulls up, marking the return of Darlene, Stephanie and Charlie's mom. Uncle Howard welcomes his estranged sister back, but Steph and her dad aren't quite as enthusiastic since she abandoned them about a decade ago. Charlie is happy to see his mom again and says Steph
Bad
didn't
news
throw stones. She abandoned him and
bears.
Julia when she left for college. She says she's nothing like their mom. She's not crazy.
You're not crazy. You just don't care.
Doesn't care like a fox. Stephanie goes home and reads Iris's death note while the rest of the family has a barbecue. It's a scene that millions of people saw thanks to its inclusion in the trailer, the one Chelsea and I did a fun breakdown video for, where we incorrectly guessed everyone's relationship.
I'm guessing dating this guy.
I'm gonna guess that these two are partners. I'm assuming that this woman, number 2, she's probably married to Hawaiian shirt dad here.
Holy
Regardless of the
shit.
relations, these people know how to party. They've got giant Jenga and a trampoline. Thing needs to be tightened though.
Oh,
At least
God.
there's something. There's not
Oh,
enough clearance above
God.
the ground. In a move that would send John Tapper into conniptions, baby boy Bobby breaks a glass at the bar. Damn, Julia's done with this shit. A shard of glass gets mixed in with a tub of ice, which is then emptied into glasses for a game of drink roulette. But before that's played, Darlene makes an appearance.
Oh,
with some
my
ill-advised baked
goodness.
goods. They've got peanuts in them, and Bobby is allergic.
Are you trying to kill my brother?
Yeah, don't be stepping on death's toes. Previous Final Destinations have played around with fake-outs and teasing the audience's expectations, like the screw on the gymnastics beam in Part 5. Bloodlines does it best, though, like in the opening scene and here with this death trap of a barbecue. There's a rake under the trampoline, a grill trying to start fires like a baby Barrymore, and Chekhov's ice shard that's in someone's drink. We're all holding our necks uncomfortably as we watch the family toast and take sips.
Yo, who do y'all
It's so
think is
stressful.
about to swallow that little shit? Oh, shit.
Julia? Are you alright? Oh my god, there's a bug in there.
At home, Steph sees broken glass and gets a funny feeling some fatal shit's about to go down. She rushes to the barbecue in time to see Bobby fall through the trampoline, but since Darlene grabbed the rake earlier, he's totally fine. But you never know what death actually has planned, because here we are worried about their throats when the glass shard ends up in Howard's foot. He assures us family
Oh,
it's just a flesh
shit.
wound.
Yo, these movies move so quick. God, Lee. Yo, I didn't
But a
expect
series
that.
of unfortunate events in the background switch on the lawnmower, which runs over Howard's face and turns this family reunion into a sinister tape. And we all know how scary those are. Yeah.
I'm never getting an electric lawnmower. I'm gonna stick with the old bitch that gotta pull 5 times to start and give a little sputter.
Man, that's scary. Amazing horror scream by Anna Laurie, who's become a good friend of ours and even presented at the horror
Yo,
Awards
this
last
nigga's
year.
plugged.
Oh, better be careful. Don't want to get Final Destination.
I met her at the premiere for Hysteria, the underrated Peacock show that she guest starred on, and which also features your humble kill counter in a cameo. Hysteria, watch it on Peacock. Bruce
Oh,
Campbell's
shit.
in it. Seeing Howard dead convinces Steph that Iris was onto something, and that there may be a way out since Jack Black found someone who survived. Oh, Stephanie, who's JB? Just one half of the greatest band who ever lived, motherfucker! She gathers Iris' evidence.
JB, shout out Jack Black. That nigga, he legendary fat
How
nigga.
everyone who Iris saved has since died from horrific accidents, and any offspring those people have faced a similar end. Some fun bits to spot if you pause during the scene. Apparently, the little ship boy became a pickpocket and died in a piano accident, just like he did in the premonition. Another article mentions a socialite who died in a house fire, probably our fire stunt gal, and the maitre d' still ended up killed in an elevator accident. Even Iris's death was on point. Literally, the weather vane went through her just like a spire did at the end of her premonition. Iris's notebook also has references to the previous movie.
Yo, these niggas
the
don't
plane
hold
accident
back.
From the first film, the log truck from the second, and the bridge disaster from the fifth. These accidents weren't connected to the Skyview patrons, but the filmmakers wanted to honor them anyway. They also included Easter eggs like Heist Pale Ale at the barbecue and on Howard's shirt. It's a fictional beer brand that's been in the movie since the second one. Stephanie's license
I heard
plate
about
matches
that. I
Carter's
heard about
from
the
first
Pale
film,
Ale.
and Iris's boyfriend's car has a plate that reads FL818E, referencing Flight 180. The directing duo of Lipovsky and Stein had a reverence for the series, as did everyone else involved. Hell, their stunt coordinator, who also played a burning Skyview patron, began his career playing a student who died on Flight 180. There were even some fun faux Bloodline connections. Breck Bessinger, who does a great job as young Iris, had just been in a movie playing the daughter of Ali Larder, who was in the first 2 films.
It's very fun to text her and be like, hey, I'm following in your footsteps.
I ain't gonna lie, this shit hard,
Final
bro.
Destination.
And And in the Chucky TV series, Teo Brion's dad was played by OG Final Destination star, my boy Devin Sawa.
He was the first person I texted.
Lipovsky and Stein ran a fun and encouraging set.
Richard, you sold that, buddy.
All the BTS I watched seemed like one giant love fest.
Wait a minute, was this nigga just getting his nipples pulled out of his shirt? What the fuck?
First person I texted.
Lipovsky and Stein ran a fun and encouraging set.
What kind of kinky ass movie am I about to like?
Richard, you sold that, buddy.
All the BTS I watched
This shit
seemed like
getting
one giant
crazy,
love fest.
Chad.
Everyone who makes these movies is just having a great time.
You can really tell the director set that tone.
I imagine that they like put on matching pajamas and get into little like Dick Van Dyke beds at night and they're like, good night, Zach. Good night, Adam.
Still, these fuckers created quite the conundrum for the kill count. Our rule is that we count mass kills if the event is shown on screen and we get a verified number of victims. That was the case for all 5 of the previous Final Destinations. Here, we don't.
By the way, we gotta watch the Terrifier movie,
since the Skyview disaster never actually happened. But we did technically meet all these people when we saw them in Iris's flashback. Since we did meet them in video form and we're learning about their deaths now, that makes them eligible to count. Writer Addison counted 138 deaths on Steph's murder map, which, I don't know, could be the number of people Iris saved that day. So that's what we'll put on the count. And note that any descendants who don't count, since we never met them. Steph presents the project to her remaining family members like the world's most fucked up PowerPoint party. She explains that Death is going to kill off Iris's descendants in order, now that he finally caught up to her.
Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist.
It began with Iris's eldest child,
Never mind.
Howard, and like a monarchical line of succession, it'll go through his kids next. Eldest Eric, middle gal Julia, and then poor baby Bobby. After them, it'll go to Iris's younger child Darlene, and then on to her kids, Stephanie, and finally Charlie. Their dad Marty and Howard's widow Aunt Brenda are safe, since they're not part of the bloodline. Look at that. Obviously, no one believes her.
You're turning our dad's death into some kind of fucked up conspiracy theory. What is wrong with you? No.
Everyone leaves to process their grief
See,
far
bro,
away from the person
you
telling
gotta
them they're all
listen,
gonna
bro.
die.
You
I just
gotta
gotta say
listen.
again that the cast of a Final Destination movie has no right being this good. It helps that the directors insisted on rehearsal time, which is actually pretty rare nowadays, and encouraged improv on set since the actors got to know each other so well. They're able to handle a whole gamut of emotions: grief, skepticism, anger, acceptance. You got all the stages here. And they managed to be funny while doing it, like how when Eric's closing at work, he switches his playlist from Eric's tattoo mix to Eric's sad mix. Then he gives himself a memorial tattoo for his dad. It's hilarious and adds a lot of texture to the movie and depth to his character. Death starts up its Rube Goldberg machine again, which isn't difficult since this place has the dumbest ceiling decor I've ever seen.
Holy
Stuff
shit.
gets knocked over and spilt all around until a chain comes loose from the ceiling and somehow hooks itself to Eric's nose ring. The chain wraps around the fan, pulling Eric upward and forcing him onto a chair, and then the counter, which isn't built to hold the weight of a grown man. I'm not sure why he isn't grabbing on with both hands and either pulling himself up or pulling the ceiling fan down, but eventually he manages to unhook his nose. Too bad he swings into a whole bunch of fire and broken glass shards, getting branded and losing the entire tattoo shop to flames. This sequence, which was partially released as the movie's first teaser trailer, is only 6 minutes long, but took 5 days to film. They set up an actual Rube Goldberg sequence and did 20 takes until the items fell like they were supposed to. Should have hired OK Go to do it. They also really hooked a chain to a nose ring on actor Richard Harmon, using an apparatus to hold it in place while his body weight was supported by wires. This scene and all the movie's kills were carefully planned out with elaborate previs productions that ended up looking like really bad, cheaply shot short films. I fucking love them. Harmon did most of the stunts himself.
He's like the Buster Keaton of horror, if you will.
Except for when he falls to the ground and lands in the fire. That was a stunt performer. The next morning,
This shit
Steph and
is
Charlie
crazy.
hadn't heard from Eric, so they speed over and almost do Death's job for him.
Ow, what? You trying to kill me?
Oh,
Eric
how
survived
the fuck is this
ordeal
nigga
with
still
nothing
alive?
more than a heart-shaped branding, which is actually pretty bitchin'. So now he definitely don't believe in the death curse.
Maybe Death's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be fucking crazy.
Jeez!
See, bro, it's always the
Another
niggas
great
that don't
fake out,
believe in
which
getting that
references
shit busted.
Terry's infamous bus kill from the first movie. For her part, Steph is starting to see potential death everywhere.
I don't know, the trimmer could fall and hit the leaf blower guy, which causes him to blow stuff into the kid's eyes and then take the ball into his face.
Whoa.
Eric trashes her concerns and gets grabby with a garbage.
Ain't gonna lie, Chad, I did some shit like this. I was humping like somebody's car, a gate, and a pumpkin. I did
truck
that.
to prove her wrong. Man, come on, don't put your mouth on that. Even if death curses aren't real, E. coli is. While they argue, Steph's prediction comes true, only with Julia instead of Eric. In the far background, her exact prediction plays out. It ends up knocking her cousin into a trash can, which is then scooped into the truck. wait, is that the soccer kid hightailing it away on his bike?
So you're telling me she...
Wasn't me, I didn't see nothing. They try to stop the truck, but are thwarted by a hilarious hard cut to Kelly Clarkson and a manic swiping sesh. The song is Stronger, of course. A funny choice for a franchise where what doesn't kill you actually just makes death hunt you down and try again. They finally get the truck to stop, and Steph tries to pull Julia free. She should be fine, she's not next on the list. But Death disagrees, and Julia is crushed to death by the trash compactor. Oh my god, this is so fucking gnarly. The way the top of her head slides off like that. Oh, and then she's left with a stringy gory arm in the end too. Ah, what the fuck. This death scene was the first thing Anna Laurie shot, and was one of the most challenging effects for the team at Masters Effects. They modeled the head squish after pears and tomatoes being crushed, and used a combo of digital effects and a practical crushable head. For the truck itself, Pacific West Special Effects built a crusher based off a construction tool used to find angles of corners. The metal rods with rubber tips retracted when going around the performer's head, and director Adam Stein tried it out first to show that it was safe. It's an incredible effect.
It's very unnerving and unsettling because you see this piece of metal coming at someone's face.
Holy
and then all of a
shit.
sudden the metal stops, but it keeps growing around the rest of their face.
I heard the tool compared to those pin screen toys where you can make an impression of
Oh.
your hand or whatever. They then filled
Y'all
the
know when
truck
niggas do that with
into
they little dick?
clean but gross materials like wet oatmeal and placed Lori inside. She didn't do the trash can dump. That was performed by her stunt double Evelyn Gonda. Finally, the kill had more gore added in post, which I kind of wish they didn't do. Like, it's not as bad as the fourth movie where awesome practical effects were covered up with cartoon blood, but I do wish they had gone a little lighter with the digital dressing. Steph blames herself for screwing up the order, but Aunt Brenda says no, it's her fault. She confesses that Eric isn't Howard's biological son, and thus isn't part of the bloodline. She had an affair with some guy named Jerry Fenbury.
Jerry Fenbury?
Yeah, dude, Jerry Fenbury.
What, is this why you always wanted to play catch?
Harmon improvised 10 different takes of his reaction, trying different punchlines until they got to this one. And Brenda exits the movie completely, because I mean, fuck it, she's not on Death's chopping block. Baby boy Bobby is though, and he's next in line, so he begs Steph to help him survive. After all, she can see Death's plans, just like Iris could.
It's like an equation, it's math.
Yeah, it's like the Pythagorean
this shit
theorem.
crazy,
She remembers
Jack.
Iris's notebook mentioning that other survivor named JB. Darlene says it's a friend of
Yeah,
hers
Darlene,
who
go.
works at a nearby hospital. What was that place's name again?
Hey, how do I tell y'all?
Something
Darlene's
River?
getting...
No. Clear Rivers was Allie Larder's character in the first two films. And yes, her name was Clear, not Claire. I wasn't the wrong one that time. Commenters from throughout the years. Damn, some of you were so confidently wrong. They figure out the name of Hope River Hospital and decide to drive there. Bobby wants to come too, refusing to be left alone at home.
I mean, there's like 1,000 house-related deaths in that thing, man. You could trip down the stairs, fall down a toilet or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Here's
might
the
even
thing.
clean up after himself with that one too.
Here's
Even
the
though
thing. The strange thing about it is, even in Final Destination, if you stay at the crib and don't move, you really just don't move. You don't turn nothing on. You just sit there. An earthquake gonna start happening. Your roof gonna fall on you. It's like, yo, there's no way to escape the shit. Like, you gotta really escape it. Like, you can't like not put yourself in a situation because you're gonna get put in a situation.
Like being a member of this bloodline, he
That
decides
shit
to tag
crazy.
along to keep an eye out for his brother. And he'd better. He's the only one who remembers to do a nut check.
Nut check. What?
Both times. On the drive over, Steph sees evidence that Darlene kept them in her thoughts. She only left because she was afraid of giving them the same childhood Iris gave her, one completely taken over by fear. It wasn't a decision she took lightly. It had a deep impact on her. They reach the hospital and head to the morgue, where they see a mortician performing an autopsy on an unnamed male body. So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and count that, whatever. It is far from the most important part of the scene, as this is our return of the king.
William John Bloodworth, but my friends call me JB.
Oh,
Bloodworth was a pivotal character
That's
in the
that
original
one
Final
nigga.
Destination, as well as Part 2 and the
Did he pass
surprisingly
away,
good
bro?
Part
Rest in
5.
peace, him,
Turns out
bro.
he was also the little boy Iris saved at the Skyview all those years ago. After that, they became friends and learned the ways of death together. He even helped
Rest
her
in
get
peace,
medical
him,
care.
bro.
Oh, so he was the DoorDash doctor. Bloodworth tells them.
Wait a minute. How the fuck is he older than her? Is this bad writing? Hold on now. I might have just found a hole in the plot, chat. Hold on now. I might be him. I might be him. How the fuck is he older than her? He was younger than her. He saved him. Now, I could just say like, oh, they just wanted him to return, you know, a little cameo or whatever. But that's not story accurate. How the fuck is he older than her? We'll figure this out. We'll figure it out for sure. I won't let this one go. I won't let it go at all. I won't. At all. I won't.
2 ways to stop death, according to the franchise so far. Kill someone and get the time they had left, an idea introduced in Final Destination 5, or die and be brought back to life, which is what he's seen, as the Notebook hinted at, since he knew Kimberly from Final Destination 2. She did the whole Flatliners thing, and apparently ended the death curse. Bloodworth confirms that she survived. He warns them that death is a bitch, and that he knows his time is soon. He's sick, thus his frail appearance. He leaves them and the film with one final piece of wisdom.
I intend to enjoy the time I have left, and I suggest that you do the same.
I ain't gonna lie.
Precious. Enjoy every single second.
I agree with those.
Know when?
I'm not trying to be corny,
agree.
but the scene is very emotional to watch. The producer said it was a top priority to include Bloodworth, since he means so much to the fans. Tony Todd knew this would likely be his final appearance in the franchise.
We're acknowledging a passage of time, and I'm not immortal.
He had been quietly diagnosed with stomach cancer, which he kept private but told the producers. They decided to let him come up with his character's final words, which would be a direct message to the fans. I'm not surprised he came up with that beautiful line himself. It was a truly beautiful
I ain't gonna lie, Chad.
And to all the people out there that love the franchise, and they obviously do, goodbye is never goodbye. Goodbye is just the beginning.
I never want to overstate how close I was to him. I had an amazing lunch with him one time, and he always said hi and hugged me and Chelsea.
Rest in peace, bro. Rest in peace. Real rap, bro. Legendary actor. He changed my childhood a little bit. I seen him in some movies. Great actor, bro. Rest in peace, bro. Like you said, be grateful to life, y'all boys, because this shit can leave like this. I'm very grateful. Thank the Lord. Thank whatever you believe in that you just hear. Just thank whatever you, if you believe in yourself, thank yourself that you hear. If you believe in Allah, thank Allah that you hear. Thank Jesus that you, thank anything. I'm just so grateful to be alive.
He had conventions, but that was enough to make you feel like his friend. He was a great man, and I'm glad he got to leave his legacy in literally the best way possible. We all have to go one day, but few can do so as gracefully as Tony Todd. He was a class act to the very end, to Tony. Steph and the others don't know what to do, but Eric's drawn to the Flatliners idea. All they've got to do is kill Bobby and bring him back. I mean, they pulled it off in Countdown and that one Fear Street movie, and they're already in a hospital. Shouldn't be that hard. They run off to figure out
Fear Street legendary, bro. I don't
only
care.
Ever so briefly to consider the other option. Bobby could kill someone else and get the time that they had left. And, you know, babies have a lot of time left.
Well, I mean, no, of course not. Of course we would do that. No, right? We would never. Don't touch those babies.
Since they're not that chick from Jigsaw, they don't kill any babies, and instead decide to use Bobby's nut allergy. He picks some peanut butter cups for his last meal, but the vending machine doesn't want to give him up. Well, I get, oh, come on, man, really? You're gonna do that in this?
I'm never doing this shit. Never. You'll never see, I'll never be the nigga. If I get scammed, fuck it. I get scammed. I don't care. You can have this $1.25, my nigga. I never cared that much about $1. To all you niggas that's breaking vending machines, whatever happens to this nigga, it may happen to you. So be wary.
Situation, vending machines kill more people than sharks. It gives up the goods and they sneak into an MRI room where they're confronted by the beginning of Saw X. They don't notice when a falling clipboard wakes up a computer that turns on the machine. They're too busy trying to save their family from the curse.
Me and you, we are going to fix things for everyone.
Damn, man, you can really read into that. These two have probably always felt like the least successful or most immature members of the family. This is their chance to be the heroes. Hope it works out for them. Eric confiscates Bobby's EpiPen.
This is bad, and the MRI machine.
Bobby takes a bite.
Oh my god.
Them hoes is magnetic too.
That's really good.
Actor Owen Joyner actually has a peanut allergy in real life, so he was able to bring genuine anxiety about the danger to these scenes.
Why the fuck are they showing us what happens?
Bobby panics, causing Eric to drop his phone. It flies at the MRI and hits the screen, cranking up the power until it starts plucking out his piercings. It's a hilarious and painful
Wait a minute, what the fuck? Why would they have research power level on a regular MRI machine? This is not government level game. This is a regular down the street, up the block, around the corner, take the main road down a couple blocks, and you arrive at the hospital. This is the run-of-the-mill hospital. Why do they have research power level? Well, fuck, bro. See, that's where the bullshit starts
Cranking up the
happening.
power until it starts plucking out his piercings. It's a hilarious and painful sight gag as they fly from his face and then his nipples and then, oh no. His magnetized member pulls him forward and the wheelchair slams into his back, pushing him into the MRI and stretching out his stomach tag. He's folded in half backwards as the wheelchair spokes impale him into the machine. I think Eric's the first Final Destination victim who wasn't on death's list. But hey, Bloodworth warned him.
And if you fuck with death and lose, things can get very messy.
Richard Harmon saw the first 5 Final Destinations as they came out and knew how special it would be to get killed in one.
I feel like I got really lucky with my death.
For his incredible kill, they created a reverse folding torso with breakaway tattooed skin. The spokes going through the belly tattoo are an homage to the 5th movie's poster. For his back bend, they built a double-decker platform inside the MRI, like the kind used in the magic trick where someone is sawed in half. You know, when it's not a leprechaun doing it. Harmon took the top half, while a stunt double named Colton played the part of his legs. He had to squeeze himself into just the tiniest little space.
He has a much better butt than I do, so that's great for everybody when this comes out.
They even sewed their clothes together to really sell the effect, and the CG wheelchair was added digitally by the VFX team. Bobby crawls his puffy ass over to Eric's body and grabs the EpiPen to administer the medicine just in time. But that damn vending machine from earlier loses a spring that rockets through his nog. Oh, no. Oh, then it keeps spiraling in deeper. Oh, that's so mean. And then he falls, ripping his head in half. Oh, god damn, man. The Howard family is dead, save for Brenda, sequel character. That leaves Darlene and her kids as the last one standing. They decide to go to Grandma Iris's cabin.
Outside is dangerous, but inside is the safest place that there is.
I mean, agree to disagree. That place was whack. It was worse than Alex's shitty cabin, where he was eating dog food or whatever. But Darlene will do what Iris did.
Shall we eat dog food? I know I low-key wanted, like, I've always wanted to try dog food, bro. I don't think like it's like I don't think it's a nasty thing. I mean, no, that's some nasty shit. But it's like, bro, it's there for a reason, right? Like, I could at least just give it a bite. Like, just bite this shit, bro. Just bite the shit. I feel like one time I did eat it when I was younger. I don't know. And I think one time I drank piss too. We're not gonna talk about that right now.
And stave off death for as long as she possibly can. That'll at least allow her kids to live some kind of life. They come with her to keep her safe, since Steph is an expert vibes reader. I mean, she saves them from getting hit by a logging truck. Come on, Darlene, leave that shit in part 2. They managed to reach the cabin, but it turns out they were beaten there by Death's supposed
bad drivers piss me off, bro.
With the weather getting frightful, they decide the best way to keep from dying is driving their RV full speed through a metal gate, right into the punchy stick yard and mosquito pond. What the fuck are y'all doing? Steph's seatbelt gets broken in the process. Good job,
shit.
So she sends Charlie and Darlene on without her. They get to the front door, but Death's done playing around with them and uses a gas leak to blow the whole place up. Oh shit. Oh shit, Darlene went flying.
Spikes galore.
Right into Skeeter Pond, trapping Stephanie underwater. This sequence was done with a huge practical explosion that they filmed with 8 cameras at a high speed. Actress Caitlin Santajuana trained so she could hold her breath for 2 minutes underwater to make filming comfortable.
And that's kind of cool though, bro.
I couldn't see for like the next 2 days after from all like the chlorine. But it was honestly so fun.
I don't think Quana gets enough credit for her performance.
That's kind of cool, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That scene hella cool.
To have more fun, but she really holds everything together as the linchpin of the cast. Charlie gets trapped beneath some wreckage, but luckily his melted mama's here to save his life. Coming in clutch, Darlene.
I'm gonna stay alive as long as
Oh my god! Good lord, the trauma these people are packing in. It's insane. Darlene's death here was the result of reshoots. Originally, she was crushed much earlier by a falling letter from the hospital sign after narrowly surviving an incident with a revolving door. You can actually see shots of it in the trailer, but the final cut only features the revolving door in a fake-out scare when they first get to the hospital. Charlie gets inside the RV and grabs a knife to cut through Steph's seatbelt. Oh, and his hand. Damn, that's deep. As he tries to get her free, the picture Iris is in on her, but after a beat of black, she's back, coughing up all the water and
did she die?
From her lungs. He saved her with CPR.
You died, and I brought you back.
Oh, yeah? I don't know. I ain't putting up a kill graphic. Sorry, Charlie. But he
She
ain't no
might
damn
have
doctor.
passed
He need
out.
a better diagnosis than
She might have passed out.
They hobble away from the flames.
Oh, I
convinced
doubt she
they'd
died.
Successfully broken the
Oh,
flame.
shit, it's
Sometime
over.
later, it's
It's
the day of the
over.
big dance. Steph and her dad take Charlie to pick up his prom date on the same street Iris and her boyfriend drove down in the opening scene. Charlie talks about how he brought Steph back from the dead, and his date's dad actually is the claim.
Well, technically you weren't dead.
What?
I mean, if you were unconscious and Charlie got you breathing again, then your heart didn't stop.
He would know. He's a doctor.
Oh yeah,
Dr.
it's
Reddick,
over.
in fact,
It's
named after
over.
Jeffrey Reddick, who wrote the first
It's
Final Destination.
over.
Nearby, a Penny's getting up to no good. In fact, the same Penny that would have caused the Skyview disaster all those years ago. In reality, Iris snatched it from the disgusting little shitboy before he could throw it. She kept it in her premonition notebook, which Stephanie then inherited and carried around. Back at the hospital, it slipped out of the book and was picked up by a lady who's now trying to spend it on some lemonade. It escapes the clutches of capitalism and rolls itself onto some train tracks. The same ones from the movie's first shot.
You're shitting me.
Wouldn't you know it, that goddamn Penny ends up derailing a whole goddamn train. The Invisible Man couldn't be prouder as it crashes towards Steph and Charlie, who run for their lives. Right when it seems like they've made it, Death gets in one more joke and reference to the infamous log truck. 2 logs fly from behind the wreckage and crush both siblings, which is just fucking heartbreaking, but also, I mean, that's life in the series, isn't it? How much blood was on the line in this deadly family reunion? Let's find out and get to the numbers.
Yo, this shit is wicked.
We counted.
I'm a predict right here. I predict that he will say the golden axe or whatever it's called goes to the little boy who got killed by the piano or the MRI machine. I'm gonna say the MRI machine though. Nah, that's tough. I'm gonna just stick with the MRI.
147 deaths in Final Destination Bloodlines. The victims consisted of 4 women, 5 men, and 138 Skyview victims that we can't really get a good gender breakdown of, so we'll call them unknown. Enjoy this pie view chart. As far as the franchise goes, Bloodlines had the second most kills, only coming behind the original Final Destination. I forgot how small scale some of those other disasters were. With a runtime of 110 minutes, we had a kill on average every 44.9 seconds.
Damn.
I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Eric. There are a lot of options here, but between the piercings joke, and the brutality of the gore, it's an all-encompassing kill, simultaneously mean and hilarious and disgusting. Dol Machete for lamest kill. I mean, I gotta do it. All the fuckers on the board. It's just newspaper articles. And it was annoying to figure out if it counted. It's an obvious winner. And for Final Destination movies, I give out the Primo Premonition Award for the coolest death featured only in a vision, since those don't technically qualify for the Golden Chainsaw. For Bloodlines, I'll give it to Alfred Milano, obviously. I mean, the Mater D was dope too.
So you telling me I hit the nail on the head 2 times in a row, bro. Clap it up for me, chat. Guys, stop it. Y'all are too much, bro.
Final Destination Bloodlines.
Why do you think it's dressed like the shit boy?
Massive critical and box office success. Another movie is already in development, and we can only pray it's half as fun as this one.
Another Final Destination movie?
This has been the Kill Count.
The next Kill Count.
Damn. Hold on.
You're about to see is the account of the tragedy.
Nigga, a game? Yeah, we not watching. Maybe. I don't know. Yo, you're telling me they're making another one? Holy shit. That shit crazy. That was fire, bro. That was fire. I might gotta actually start